Friday night of high school basketball coming your way as we follow the Pierre Governors on the road for the first time in a while. It's a back-to-back trip to the Metro. Tomorrow, the Governors will play the O'Gorman Knights in Sioux Falls. Tonight, we're a little south, but still in the Metro. Welcome to Harrisburg High School, the Harrisburg Tigers, and their 7-3 record. Welcome in the 4-7 Pierre Governors. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play coming up tonight. And Governor Basketball is brought to you on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, who include Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, and Superior Concrete. Also, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City, Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency. Governor Basketball also sponsored by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wagner Auto, and Hag Ag Services, by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, and Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 brought to you by our special in-game sponsors, who include Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Keep up to date with the scores of tonight's contest with the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll give you that at the end of each of our quarters of play. Our sophomore game has just ended, and it was a comfortable win for the Harrisburg Tigers. So was the junior varsity game. Tigers have had a lot of success on the court so far. 7 out of 10 they've won in the varsity competitions, and they're winning in a lot of different ways. And we'll talk with their head coach, Scott Langrock, about how their season has gone a little bit later on when we get into keys to success. It's actually what we'll do first off, but we thank John Neff first off also for running our show in studio, and our River 92.7 studios. Also, Caleb Brozick, who is here from Live Ticket. He'll be covering the camera duty. You can watch this game on gogovs.live, or more specifically on drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. You can watch it also on your smartphone with the DRG News smartphone app. For those who are on the road heading to high school sports or whatever the reason, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us to slow the drive, arrive alive, and buckle up too. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. Let's open with a 3-minute timeout. We'll talk to the head coaches about this upcoming matchup here and Harrisburg, an ESD battle from the Metro tonight in your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, Milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it. And treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Back in Harrisburg as we open our Bank West pregame show with a chat with the head coaches. Scott Langrock of Harrisburg coming up. But first off, as our head coach Larry Aker for the Pierre Governors chats with us, our keys to success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre.
Regular comprehensive eye exams yearly are the key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Hi, this is Dr. Mike Bartlett. I've joined the team at Central Dakota Eye Care, continuing to provide the same high-quality care you've come to expect. I've been seeing patients here in Pierre for 30-plus years, and I look forward to welcoming you to my new location. Call us today at 605-224-6128 to schedule your appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, a weekend road trip for the Pierre Governors coming off of a win over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles on Tuesday night. Let's talk with Larry Aker, head coach, about keys to success and another good win, coach, over a team that is below you in the power rankings. He went out and took care of business, even though it kind of took until the second half to get started. You just kind of knew, it certainly felt like you had that game in control, even when it was low scoring, but still good to see the guys get in that rhythm in the second half, find that confidence that they're really going to need as you take on Harrisburg here tonight.
Yeah, the second half, the shots definitely started falling, which was a big quarter for us. I think 22 points in the quarter, and just kind of stretched it out and got a semi-comfortable lead. And, that's what we needed to do. We didn't play bad in the first half, but we didn't, just play very good either, and missed a lot of shots. And, but again, we rebounded the ball well for 4 quarters. And, I think that was a huge difference in the game.
I certainly think this is a team capable of scoring in transition, but I tell you what, as a fan, I sure love it when those 3-pointers start falling. You hit 4 of them in that third quarter. That's where confidence comes in too, and shooting is contagious, and you'd love to keep that going as you move forward in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We need that scoring, and early on in the year, I think we were settling for the 3 in transition, and now we're being a little more patient. If we can get that paint touch, get it into the bigs, and let them force them to double and kick it out, and make the extra pass, and then. Once the 3s start going in, that's work inside out. Definitely tough to guard.
Harrisburg here tonight, and on their floor, of course, this is a really good team. I mean, they've been competing with the top teams and playing a lot of close games, but still a team that just obviously is proving that they know how to win, and that makes them one of your tougher opponents of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. They're athletic, and they can shoot the ball really well. So, we're going to have to be solid defensively. And I think the biggest thing is you got to take care of the ball, and you can't let them get run outs or any transition. That's probably going to be the difference in the game. Can we score in transition? Can we stop them and not allow them to get easy points? And then, we got to do a good job of being there on the catch defensively, and they're really good at making the extra pass, and they're really good shooters. So we're gonna have to, definitely play with our hands and try not to let the ball. They like to get it to the corner a lot. Force them not to let it in the corner, and so our bottom guys in our zone are gonna have to do a really good job.
And this is a team that in recent history loves to shoot the three-pointer, and they might hit 10 or 12 in a game, and it's nothing to see them do something like that.
Right, absolutely. It's watching film, and I think there's 3 guys that all I put on the scouting report was just shooter. Yeah. They have the green light, and you got to know where they're at, and you got to make them put it on the floor, and you got to make somebody else beat them and make some tough twos, not any easy twos, but make them make tough twos. And then offensively, you got to export in that half court, kind of make it a half court game, I think, and pound it inside and force them to play off that. And we've been working on some things, so hopefully we can execute offensively too.
All right, Coach, looking forward to a good one. Rise up and play well tonight.
All right, thanks.
There's head coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors. Coach's comments and keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. We actually heard from them a little bit ago before that chat. So let's turn the page and chat with a good friend of ours, Scott Langrock of the Harrisburg Tigers, as keys to success continue. And our keys to success continue with the home head coach, Scott Langrock of the Harrisburg Tigers. Coach, you got a good thing going here. 7-3 this season, a couple of wins already this week, Monday and Tuesday night. And I see you competing against the top 2 teams, even though you've lost to Roosevelt and Lincoln this year. You've had another loss on a last-second shot in Mitchell, but other than that, I mean, you're battling, you're competing, you're winning close games, and and with a lot of names, I'll admit that I don't really recognize from one year to another. So pretty impressive what you got going on this year.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. These guys that are playing right now and giving us great minutes, they've just waited their turn. We've been lucky the last couple of years to have some depth and some good players and some state tournament teams, and that breeds success, right? Those younger guys strive to be the next man up, and these guys are stepping right up and doing that. And along the way, you played Lincoln early, and they had everybody back, and we had all new guys, and they punched us in the mouth the first half, and then I thought the second half we learned how to compete, but that was before Christmas break. So then Mitchell, you have a 12-point lead with 70 seconds left and lose. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but I was a big part of that. So we had to learn the hard lesson on that one and swallow our pride a little bit and learn how to make some free throws in tough situations. But and then Roosevelt, another loss, but we were up 5 at half, competed, and then they just found another gear, and we didn't answer in that third quarter. They scored 33 points in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
So that just tells you how much firepower they have. So, but along the way, you're learning lessons all the way, and here we are 2 days away from February, just getting ready for the home run here.
And you're scoring high. You get high-scoring games, but you've had some defensive games, so you're winning games in multiple different ways too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of truth to that for sure. And what we keep preaching this week is just, what are we going to be consistent at? Our identity in February is going to be, we're going to be what we are, but we don't even know what that is yet. We got to start showing what consistency on both sides of the ball. We're going to shoot a lot of threes, which drives me crazy sometimes, but these guys can make them. So I just got to live with some of those tough decisions and quick shots, I guess. I'm more on the defensive end. Can we be consistent guarding the dribble, and can we rebound defensively? That gives us some more opportunities on the offensive end. So we're trying to figure that out yet. And we're on game 11, so we don't have much time to figure it out. We just need the consistency.
All right. Against Pierre tonight, that's had their struggles, but then they've done some good things from time to time too. What do you expect out of the green tonight?
Well, yeah, they're just always going to have that pride and that toughness and that physicality, right? I mean, they just hang their hat on that year after year, and they're going to sit in that zone, and we're just going to have to move the basketball and move without the ball instead of just passing around and taking those quick threes that I mentioned a minute ago. Is if you can shoot yourself out of games pretty stinking fast if you're just very impatient. So we got to get passing angles, we got to attack the gaps, and we got to try to get to the rim even against that 2-3 zone. And then defensively, we got to keep the ball in front of us and not let them get to the post.
It's always interesting, I guess, if you face a zone, which you don't see very often, obviously in Class AA, but hey, knock a few threes down. That might be the easiest way to beat the zone.
Well, that's what you hope for in your home, but it's our third game of the year and our third game of the week, So you never know what that's going to be, and you know how the ball bounces sometimes. So hopefully our feet will be ready, and we got good passing angles, and we're ready to step into it and knock a few down early.
All right, Coach. We'll see how it goes. Always a pleasure. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
One of the good guys in Class AA. Always fun to talk to. Scott Langrock, the head coach of the Harrisburg Tigers. Coach's comments and keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll give you starting lineups coming up, game officials on the way too, and we'll try to take a look around Class AA if we still get an opportunity in our Bank West pregame show that continues in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotaststormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Back in Harrisburg, Brian Oakland ready to go with play-by-play. Let's get into our starting lineups. First of all, let's meet the Harrisburg Tigers. They'll come in 7-3. Had a good win over Sioux Falls Jefferson Monday night, a makeup of a game that was postponed from last Friday. And then they defeated Brookings handily 61-39 on Tuesday. So now 7-3. The Tigers will go this way. At one guard is Bennett Jensen, a 5'10 junior. Cole Koiker is a 5'10 senior guard. And forwards up front will be Creighton Gibbon, a 6'5 senior. David Doe is a 6'1 junior forward. And Stellan Larson, the one returning starter on this squad, a 6'3 senior. Those are the forwards up front for the Harrisburg Tigers. Jensen and Koiker, the backcourt, plus Gibbons, Larson, and Doe up front for the Tigers. Off the bench, we'll see Olin Ciliason, a 6'2 senior, Connor Clark, a 6'4 senior, and Miles Knorr, a 6'1 junior guard. The Tigers 7-3. They're 6th ranked in the power rankings this week, and their head coach is Scott Langrock, assisted by Andy Kleingen, Darren Dolly, Greg Hammerquist, Taro Fujimoto, and David Knorr. Starting lineups are brought to you by Envirotech. Let's hear from them, and we'll run down the Governor's starters when we return. And your game officials are coming up as well. This is Governor Basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech for the Pierre Governors on the road. They'll play their 4th straight game without starting point guard Logan Whitty. The 5'11 junior continues to be out with a high ankle sprain, and Coach Larry Aker expects him to still be out next week. One game against Yankton next week, but we won't see Whitty this weekend, today or tomorrow, or probably not Tuesday either. Hopefully he'll be back the following week when the Governors go to Huron. Meanwhile, Jaron Deal continues to start, 6-foot sophomore, along with Caden Aharts, the 6'2 junior guard, who had a big game against Aberdeen Central Tuesday night. Corday Austin, the 6'3 senior, has had 3 big games in a row. Going to need more of that tonight, no doubt. Lincoln Dilgis, a 6'4 senior forward, starts along with Cooper Terwilliger, the 6'6 junior, in the middle for the Governors, with Austin, Aharts, and Deal in the backcourt. Dilgis and Terwilliger up front. Sincere Wilson, the primary 6th man, a 5'11 senior, off the bench for the Governors, who are 4-7 after their 53-31 win over Aberdeen Central at home on Tuesday night. And they moved up a spot. They're 14th in the power rankings this week. Governors head coach by Larry Aker, assisted by Skip Kurth, Craig Ullman, and Kelly Brandt. Those starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. The other starting lineup is the naming of our game officials. The law on the court tonight, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Our guys in stripes, we thank them for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job. Tonight's officials are Mike Mutter, Jeff Hanfler, and Alan Schmaltz. Veteran officials tonight, Mike Mutter, Jeff Hanfler, Alan Schmaltz. Thanks, guys, for being our law on the court. 2 minutes, and there's more coming up. Governor Basketball.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, extra large green or red seedless grapes, just $2.49 a pound. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Back to our Bank West pregame show. Starting lineups are just beginning on the floor. Quick check around Class AA and how things are faring. Sioux Falls Roosevelt at 10-1, and boys hoops is now number 1 in the power rankings, ahead of the only unbeaten team, Sioux Falls Lincoln, who is 10-0. And in number 2, Watertown 9-1 in the 3 spot. T Area 4th at 9-2. Spearfish just suffered their first loss of the season this week, a loss to Class A St. Thomas More, and they fall to 5th at 8-1. Harrisburg here that we'll see tonight 7-3 in the 6th spot, just ahead of Huron, who is 9-3. Mitchell in the 8th spot at 5-5. The bottom half of the top 16 are O'Gorman, who the Governors will see tomorrow. They're 6-4. In the 9 spot, Brandon Valley, Jefferson, Rapid City, Stevens, Sioux Falls, Washington. Then the Governors at 14, ahead of Sturgis and Brookings, who are in the top 16, the Sodak 16, if you will. Rapid City Central, Yankton, Douglas, and Aberdeen Central are in the bottom 4 on the outside looking in. Tonight, Pierre and Harrisburg getting together here in H-Town. You got Brandon Valley at Yankton. That game underway, and Brandon Valley had an early first quarter lead. Brookings is up at Watertown, and Sioux Falls Lincoln at Mitchell. Actually, Brookings and Watertown played last week. Brookings and Watertown will host the Rapid City Schools this week. Lincoln is at Mitchell tonight, and Sturgis plays at Mapialuta, the old formerly Red Cloud High School tonight. That's boys basketball. The girls are hosting the O'Gorman Knights tonight. That's on KGFX. Our Comtech opening tip is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Welcome back to Harrisburg.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Well, we're underway as Harrisburg got the Comtech opening tip. A Lincoln Dilgis steal gave the Governors the first scoring opportunity, but after Harrisburg got the rebound, they get a transition basket from David Doe, plus a foul called on the Governors in the form of Cooper Terwilliger. And Doe at the line to shoot a free throw for a chance at a three-point play. However, that one is no good. Terwilliger rebounds, so Harrisburg is off to the 2-0 lead. Opening tip was brought to you by Comtech, Communication and Electronic Sales and Services in Pierre. Shot altered for Terwilliger by Stellan Larson, who gets the rebound off of the miss. And Harrisburg in home white, heading from left to right or near court to far. We're up on the elevated end of one corner here in Harrisburg. 2-0 Tigers lead. They're looking for three. They want to go three-pointers a lot, but this one is no good as Cole Quaker will miss. And the rebound is down to Jaron Deal and the Governors, who are in road green tonight, heading right to left or far court to near here in the first half. Inside to Terwilliger, outside to Deal. He'll fire a three, no good, but a long rebound pulled down by Terwilliger. Back to Deal, and a second chance for the Governors. Terwilliger out in the corner, right side, not looking to shoot from there. Deal back, a little bit off the block for Terwilliger. Stellan Larson, good defensive battle expected here. Terwilliger will fire over him, but that's a little bit short, and Larson will pull down his third rebound already. Quickly up the floor, Doe down to the baseline, but he kicks it back out to Larson, throws it into the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover for the Harrisburg Tigers. Their second already here in just a few possessions. 2 minutes into this one, though. Slow start. Harrisburg leads 2-0. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. John Neff is covering for William Wilson, who's on the stage tonight at the Riggs High Theater, performing the state one-acts, or the one-act plays that the Governor or the Pierre Drama Club has put together. And Caleb Brozick is on camera for Live Ticket. Pass in the corner right down below us as Aharts tries to get it to Terwilliger, getting out of a double team trap, but it's knocked away by the Tigers. Pierre will have 22 seconds on their possession. Fans tune in throughout the game. We'll hope to have a bunch of right on the money highlight plays. And highlight plays in our broadcast are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Right on the money. It's Rounds Financial Services where your money works for you. Mosaic Wealth member, SIPC. Here's Deal. Down low, too strong off the glass. Doe will rebound. Governors are missing some simple ones. Doe is blocked by Corday Austin. David Doe wanted to go the distance, but Austin gets up high, says, not this time, my friend. And the Governors will bring it back. Still 2-0, though, early on. Tigers with the lead on their home floor. Harrisburg has the ability to score a lot of points, but they've got to hit their threes if they're going to do that. They've really only taken one shot from distance. Governors with 10 to shoot. It's a long three for Aharts up top. That's no good, but Deal will keep it alive. Out around the edge, back to the baseline, and Jaron Deal takes it to the rack and scores, and we're tied 2-2. Good opportunity, good hustle by Jaron Deal. Second chance points going to be big for the Governors. They do have a bit of a size advantage, but Harrisburg tries the three. Larson is no good from out on the right side as Caden Aharts comes down with the rebound. And now Dilgis tries one inside, but that one is off the mark as he shoots from inside the free throw line. Shot is up and misses everything. It'll go out of bounds, and the Governors will give it back. Girls game is on KGFX, 1060 AM, 103.1 FM. They're not playing Harrisburg. They played Harrisburg earlier in the season. Tonight they host the top-ranked O'Gorman Knights, who are 9-1. Here's a long three for Cole Quaker, and this one is good. Quaker, who I understand from Coach Langrock, has been shooting about 61% from outside the three-point line. That is not a misread. It's not a misprint. That's actually what he said, at least after 9 games. This is their 11th game. Quaker's been hot. He's got the Tigers up 5-2. Governors down to the left corner. Send it back out across the way. Now it's Aharts underneath the Terwilliger. He's caught under the basket, tries to muscle his way back, and we'll have a jump ball on the rebound, and the Governors will get to keep the possession here. Terwilliger, who was down to the baseline, just trying to create some space and lean his way back into the court of play to put a shot off the glass. Missed that, but he ties up with David Doe. And the Governors essentially get an offensive rebound here. And the inbound comes to Corday Austin, but off the glass from close range. That one rims in and out, but Corday will go to the free throw line as he is fouled by Creighton Gibbon. That's our first foul. Well, for Harrisburg in this game. I didn't catch who had the first foul in David Doe's transition basket to start the scoring tonight. Austin to shoot 2, and the first one is up and good. Correction, not Gibbon. They give that to Owen Siliuson, who had just checked in. Austin one down, 1 to go from the stripe. The second one is also good. Corday with his first 2 tonight. We've got a 5-4 ball game. Harrisburg in front. Here's Gibbon, bringing it up in front of us. Gets around Deal, crosses the half-court stripe, and Governors will get back into their 2-3 zone. Quick move here. Bennett Jensen penetrates, kicks out. Stellan Larson wants 3, is a little bit short. Lincoln Dill just rebounds for the Governors. Here can take their first lead of the game if they get a bucket down here. Terwilliger comes out to the wing to take the first pass, left side. Gives it back to Aharts, though. Under 3 minutes to play, quarter number 1. By the way, that girls game is all O'Gorman after 1 full quarter of play, 29-4. They are as good as advertised this season. Here's Aharts, step back 2 from the free throw line. It's no good. Larson had the rebound, and then in traffic, as he puts it on the floor, he kicks it out of bounds to the far corner, and the Governors will get a second opportunity. Fortunate bounce here for Pierre. And with 2:39 left in the first, the Govs will inbound again. Connor Clark, a 6'4 senior, checking in for the Tigers. In the meantime, they've also got Miles Knorr, a 6'1 junior on. off the bench. Oh, and a travel call for on Lincoln Dilgis. Took a pass that was thrown just a little behind him, but called for steps by Mr. Mike Mutter. First turnover for the Governors comes at 2:26 left in the first quarter. Here's Connor Clark leaving it with Miles Knorr. Now up top again, Creighton Gibbon. And a deep three by Quaker. They love their threes. Quaker misses, but Clark with a long offensive rebound, and then on the cut, it's Quaker who scores. Good vision there by Clark off of that offensive rebound. I was going to say 5 in a row. That's not the case, but the Tigers lead by 3 again. It's 7-4 with 1:50 to go here in our opening quarter of play. Left side down in front of us. It's Caden Ahart's inside to Dill, just back to Ahart, so out around the edge. Brings it up near the top. A lot of noise here in Harrisburg tonight as Terwilliger makes his way down the lane, but the ball knocked away. And it'll stay with the Governors, who will throw in off the right side of the key. Sincere Wilson will check in. First sub in for the Governors. And Corday Austin's going to check out. Governors with Deal to inbound. Terwilliger is going to fire a three, but that's off the front of the rim. That was unexpected. Tigers down with a rebound. Governors with a knockaway, and Harrisburg will inbound from the far side. We have learned, as a quick substitution, by the way, for Austin, as expected. Now Dilgis will check out. Probably just a quick word with Coach Larry Aker. Minute and a half to go in the first. We've learned that there are people, we'll tell you when we get a chance here. Three-pointer from the corner, this time Quaker, no good. He's 1 out of 4 so far. Terwilliger rebounds. There are representatives from the University of Nebraska's football team here to watch Cooper Terwilliger play some hoops. And it was actually Coach Scott Langrock who told me that tonight. Here's Terwilliger, double-teamed on the block. He still muscles his way in for the shot and puts it home. Terwilliger on cue, giving those Cornhuskers something physical to take a look at. Governors within 1 again. Cooper's first 2. It's 7-6. We're in the final minute of our first quarter. Here's Connor Clark. Thought about 3. Dumps it underneath on a quick one. Now Miles Knorr out on the edge. Jensen, Clark, knock it away. That's Caden Ahart's as they were trying to get it to Quaker again. 12 on the shot clock. Tigers will inbound. 26.8 seconds left here in quarter number 1. As Knorr and Ciliuson check out. David Doe checks back in. He takes the inbound, gets it back to Bennett Jensen. Jensen going to pull up, fire a 3, and hit it over Corday Austin's outstretched hand. Tough shot. Jensen maybe thinking the shot clock was winding down, still had time, but he hits the 3, and the Governors have a chance to get the last shot, but the dribble lost by Deal, and it's picked up by Bennett Jensen. Still in the backcourt, 3 seconds, long pass, and a 3 from the corner is no good, attempted by Stellan Larson. The Governors dodge a bullet there after losing their second turnover of the evening. 1 quarter in the books, another low-scoring affair so far, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Harrisburg leads the Governors by the score of 10-6. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service. We pause for 60 seconds, and quarter number 2 is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Matters most with. Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High in the Metro as the Tigers have the opening possession of quarter number 2. They work it to the side. A David Doe 3 is no good. Stellan Larson with an offensive rebound, but then a chance for Creighton Gibbon for one as well. That one is no good. Governors have the rebound. It's 10-6. As Corday Austin will hit a 3. And Caden Ahart's with the assist there. I was watching Austin after that. He gave some little harmless hand gesture to the student body. They must be chirping at him a little bit. The Governors are within 1 as the Tigers look for the answer, and then Austin will knock it away out of bounds. I just hope Corday Austin plays that one a little bit safe, though, and doesn't get caught in some bait put up by that student body on that far side here on the near end. Meanwhile, on the far side, early second quarter, again 10-9, Tigers lead. Here's Doe on the right side. Out top, on the move is Gibbon. He gets a floater over Terwilliger that will not go. It is Terwilliger and Dilgis who fight for the rebound, but Dilgis wins out. Governors have it with another chance to get their first lead of the night. Off the right block. Terwilliger didn't have the angle, got rid of it, now has it back. He against Stellan Larson. Looks on the other side, and Aharts can't make the bunny on the left side. That is a recurring theme so far for the Governors. They've missed a number of close-range shots, and now here on the floater, pretty one up and in for Bennett Jensen on the run. The Governors missing the easy ones, and the Tigers make a tough one look easy. To lead 12-9, 6:10 to play. A lob from Deal underneath. Terwilliger, one dribble, muscles it up. It's no good. Again, good challenge defensively by the Tigers. Now Quicker goes the other way, and Jaron Deal will deny him the opportunity for a layup, a clean block shot. Scott Langrock hoping for a foul. Not going to get that call. Fairly physical so far in this game, especially where Terwilliger is concerned. And the officials, to their credit, letting them play so far. Bennett Jensen thought about an NBA range 3, gets rid of it to Larson. Now they'll swing it around quickly down to the right corner. David Doe wants to reset. It's back to Jensen. 15 on the shot clock here for the Tigers. Doe gets between defenders, challenges again over Terwilliger, loses his balance, misses the shot. Terwilliger rebounds. The Governors in transition. Tigers got back quickly, and Pierre will set things up offensively with 5.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Deal to the far side to Austin, comes and takes the handoff back. Defenders switch off, and as Deal tries to get it back to Austin, there's a little miscommunication, and the pass goes out of bounds. 12-9, it remains. Had a slow start in that Aberdeen game at home on Tuesday as well. Here's Stellan Larson driving between defenders. Right side attempt will not go. And he's got his struggles so far in the early going this first half with 5 minutes to play. Larson 0 for 4. The Tigers still lead, but only 12-9. We've only had one tie in this game. No lead changes. Tie was at 2-2. Inside, over pursuit. Dill just tries, but David Doe gets up and blocks it out. Two big blocks by the Govs. Now one for Harrisburg. Defense is reigning supreme so far here in this first half. Tigers with a late sub. They'll get Miles Knorr in. Cooper Terwilliger is checked out for Pierce. Sincere Wilson back in, who will for the Govs, who will go with a much smaller lineup with that substitution. Wilson has it from Austin, top of the key. The Governors have to be aware of the shot clock. It's down to 6. Off of that inbound, Deal tries a layup, but it's too much off the glass. Doe with the rebound. Harrisburg quickly up the floor to the other end. Larson found himself alone, and he is fed by Miles Knorr. Stellan Larson up and in for 2. Couple of bunnies made in transition for Harrisburg, whereas the Governors have missed a few golden opportunities. We've got a foul on the floor, pursuit or movement by Sincere Wilson. Will draw the foul, and Jensen, the guilty party, that he picks up his first. Governors with only 1 foul all night long. Harrisburg has just 3, so the whistles are not being blown with a lot of regularity. Jensen checks out. Cilliuson back in. Here's an inbound, a little bit of an alley-oop to Terwilliger, but he'll pass out to the edge to Wilson. Now Cooper's got it back inside. Kick out here to Jaron Deal. Terwilliger off the block. Turnaround shot. It's up and good. Little 4-footer good for Cooper Terwilliger. His second bucket. He has 4. The Governors are back within 3 at 14-11. Before that, a 5-point lead by Harrisburg was the biggest it's been so far when it was 14-9. Here's Larson. Nice pass underneath David Doe. It's up and good. Doe's second basket makes it 16-11. 3.5 to play. O'Gorman dominating the Governor girls back at home. Not unexpected. They really are that good. 49-10. Ruby Moore, the daughter, one of them, of Keith Moore and Christy Halleck Moore, who was a Stanley County standout back in the 90s. With 25 points in the first half. Here's a steal taken away by Owen Cilliuson. Harrisburg has it back. Thinking about 3 right side. Not this time. Pass is taken away. Oh, and the steal attempt by Jaron Deal ends up bouncing on the sideline right past half court. And as he tried to save it, the whistle had already blown. It'll stay with Harrisburg. Same possession. Shot clock does not reset. But they still have a lot of time, 24 seconds, as they will get the inbound here. 16-11. That's all we've got here. Really similar to the game that Pierre had with Aberdeen Central the other night when they led just 19-11 at halftime before erupting for 22 points in the third period. Tigers down to the corner. Gibbon to Cilliuson. Now Bennett Jensen with 5 seconds to go. He's got Austin in his face. Here's Koiker for 3. Is that Koiker? Nope. Doesn't matter. The shot is good, though, and this is good for Miles Knorr off the bench. And I just mentioned a 19-11 score, but that's where we are right now with that make. Here's a high tipping steal taken away by Creighton Gibbon, looking to lead. Connor Clark has to save it, gets it back in play behind his back. Shot up here at the right elbow is no good for Jensen. Corday Austin up high for the rebound, looking to go the distance. Ball's knocked away and, is saved to the far side. Was apparently tipped by Harrisburg. One of the officials are going to confer. Nope. One official sees some blood on the neck of Cooper Terwilliger. And I suppose that could be a sign of how physical this game is. Cooper gets a scratch on the neck every time he's touched the basketball, especially underneath. He's had hands, he's had fingernails, he's had you name it. People in his face. The Governor's still with the basketball. We've got an even 2 minutes to play. 27 seconds in the possession as the inbound comes to Lincoln Dilges. Good one going so far, but the Governors have to find some offense, and they've got to take advantage of the opportunities they've been able to give themselves. They have missed a number of bunnies or close-range shots. Give and go, Terwilliger underneath. There you go. The bunny hit, the give and go from Jaron Deal. Deal took quite a shove from Jensen after getting rid of that pass. Now Deal's in the way of a Jensen pass. A steal up here, coast to coast. Jaron Deal for 2, and the Governors with a quick 4 in a row, cutting an 8-point deficit in half. 19-15 Tigers with $1:15 to play here in the second period. Cole Quaker with it. Jensen left side. Wilson on him. Now Knorr will dump it into Connor Clark, the 6'4" fellow off the bench. He'll kick it back out. This is Quaker for 3. Rhythm. And Cole Quaker with his second long one. He's got 8 points. And that 4-point lead balloons back to 7 at 22-15. Deal wants the answer. Got too much on that one. Clark will control the rebound for Harrisburg. Deal might have gotten a little bit greedy there, but he was given that shot by the Tigers. In the final minute now, Harrisburg will bleed some time off the clock here, even though there's about 10 seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 15 right now. And it'll be Jensen continuing to chew time, gets rid of it, gets it back. 5 on the shot clock. Jensen against Austin, crosses over, pull up at the free throw line is no good. Austin will take the rebound at the stripe. Corday up the floor, keeps a dribble, finger roll, it's good. Tack on a foul and a chance at a 3-point play with 3.8 seconds left here in our first half. Check the foul here on the Tigers, which is only their second in the quarter. The Govs are going to go probably an entire quarter of play without committing a foul. They'll go a whole first half, only committing 1 overall. This foul goes to Connor Clark, the 6'4" senior, his first personal. Corday Austin at the line will try to put his 8th point down, try to finish a 3-point play. Corday had 22 against Aberdeen. He had 18 and 30 in 2 games last week. Free throw is good. Austin gives it to Doe. Tigers get it up the floor quickly and a layup to close the quarter and the half. That is just too simple. The floor was spread by the Governors, and Stellan Larson gets the easiest buzzer-beating layup of his life. Tough way to finish for the Governors, but they're still playing pretty well, especially on the defensive side of things, other than that last effort there. Tigers at the half on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard do lead the Governors by 6. It's Harrisburg 24, Pierre 18. Your scoreboard sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, as Larry Aker having a deep conversation with 2 of our 3 game officials before he heads to the locker room tonight. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Halftime is brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, and the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes, come back and talk about it. You're listening to Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
The DWU Culver's Classic is back for 2026.
Three from the corner, good! A huge
36 teams travel to the world's only Corn Palace in Mitchell. Action begins on 9 a.m. on February 13th and 14th, with all games streamed on Live Ticket TV on pay-per-view. $12.99 per game or $94.95 for all 18 games. The 2026 DWU Culver's Classic, February 13th and 14th, inside the world's only Corn Palace and on Live Ticket TV.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union. Your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Winter is here, and that means it's the perfect time to schedule your winter service inspections at Grossenberg Implement. Now is the time to book your appointment and get ahead of the rush. And here's a deal you don't want to miss. Bring your planter or baler in with your tractor, and you'll receive a free implement inspection with any paid tractor inspection. Don't wait. Stop by any of the 9 Grossenberg Implement locations and talk with a service manager today. Get on the list and get a jump on a trouble-free season. Grossenberg Implement. Service, the other half of a great product.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's
Welcome
Design
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
25 early in the fourth quarter. Rapid City Stevens starting the second period with a 21-5 lead at Watertown. And Sioux Falls Jefferson hosting Omaha Millard North. And that's a 16-16 tie. I believe Millard North girls will be here in Harrisburg tomorrow. Governor boys go to O'Gorman High. We'll be at Bishop O'Gorman High School at 3 o'clock with a tip-off 2:30 with the pregame tomorrow here on River 92.7. Governors have the opening possession of our second half, brought to you by Comtech, your communication and electronics sales and service dealer in Pierre on the lower truck bypass. They are heading to the far end of the floor. Caden Ahart's pass tipped, almost taken away, but Ahart's keeps it. Then he tries to get it inside, but it's taken away by Stellan Larson, who will lead it up ahead to David Doe. And the second half for Harrisburg starts just about the same as the first half did. Transition basket finished by Doe. Doe looking for another steal. He's got it. He kind of deked Ahart's, but Doe finger rolling, can't get it to go. Now Jaron Deal will feed up ahead. Corday Austin wants a three to start the second half for the Govs. Won't get it, though. Doe will have the rebound here. And up and under, this is Larson against Terwilliger. Terwilliger defending, but picking up the foul. Actually, it was Cooper with the only foul for the Governors in the first half. And he'll pick up his second personal here early in the second. We're at 7:01, third quarter, 26-18. Harrisburg leading it there at the free throw line for the first time. The second time tonight, Doe was 0 for 1 earlier. Stellan Larson rims one in and out here as he shoots two. Second free throw is good. Stellan's fifth point of the game, 27-18. I believe that's the biggest lead of the night now for Harrisburg. Didn't mention it so much in the first half, but we'll continue to look for highlight plays. The right-on-the-money highlight plays in our broadcast that are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Caden Ahart's looking for three. Run down in the corner, but saved by Corday Austin, who gets it to Jaron Deal. He'll hit a three, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Larry Aker and the Pierre Governors. Cutting it back to 6 at 27-21. This timeout is brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back after a 30-second Coke break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Highlight play for Corday Austin, who saved the ball in the corner. He had a teammate right there close to him, but he sent it out top to Jaron Deal, who hits the three. Now David Doe on the cut is fed by Stellan Larson for two. Doe with his fourth basket of the night. But that highlight play, save and assist for Austin, plus the three-pointer for Jaron Deal. Right on the money, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Aharts tries a three here that was online, but it's a little bit strong. Gibbon with the rebound. Gibbon with the three after the playing catch. Get rid of it, give it back by Cole Koiker, and Creighton Gibbon hits his first three of the night. The fifth long one for the Tigers, who have a double-digit advantage now, 32-21. Gov's got to hit some shots now. They did struggle, especially from close range in that first half. Here's Terwilliger, left side off the key, out to Austin. Oh, and Corday does not have the rhythm on this one. And the crowd will let him hear about it. That one misses everything and is out of bounds off the right side. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Talked about three-pointers, especially with Coach Langrock, but two also with Coach Aker. How the confidence can build if you hit a couple. Governors are certainly trying to keep pace with Harrisburg. Here's Larson underneath in traffic, but a reverse over the top of Terwilliger. A pretty one at that, and Stellan Larson adds the Harrisburg lead. Tigers have made some adjustments here early in the second half, and they are much more efficient right now offensively against that Governor zone, and we've got a foul that'll be called. Larson with the push behind Cooper Terwilliger, denying that entry pass. That'll be Stellan Larson's first personal foul, first team foul in the quarter. A few seconds under 5 minutes to play. We're in the third. Here's Aharts taking it to the baseline, got some space, but he misses the shot. He was just off the mark. Doe will rebound. Here come the Tigers in home white. Right to left, far court to near. Doe penetrates. He gets it to Larson on the bouncer, and it's up and in. A reverse to the right side. Harrisburg really showing what they're capable of now from an offensive standpoint. Their 24-18 lead has grown to 36-21. The Governors have just one three-pointer from Jaron Deal scored in the third period so far, as Doe called for a foul. Trying to steal from Austin. And David Doe will pick up his first personal. 36-21, so a 12-3 advantage to the Tigers in the first half of our third quarter of play. Austin will bring it left side. Now entry pass to Terwilliger. Finds Austin. Right side for three. Can't get it to go. Bennett Jensen is up top for the rebound. Jensen penetrates. Now it's Doe for three. Line drive in and out. No good. Gibbon rebounds. Turnaround shot in the paint will find its way down. A second chance basket for the Tigers, and the Governors will need the timeout here. Creighton Gibbon makes it 38-21, 3:50 to play. A quick 30-second Coke break. Timeouts brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Instead, let's make that a 60-second timeout. We're in the third, about halfway through. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, back in 1 minute.
For reliable, safe,
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen. Plenty of time. 3 seconds. Gets to shoot, and it's good for three.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Halftime margin has ballooned considerably in favor of the home team. It's 38-21. Governors quickly work one inside. Terwilliger got muscled up. He muscles too much off the glass, but Corday Austin will clean the glass and put it back up and in. A good way to come out of that timeout for the Governors, hitting just their second field goal here in our third quarter. 38-23 Tigers. They'll get it inside to Larson. Terwilliger is there, but Larson rolls a pass out to the right corner. Shot no good. He missed by Koiker, but the rebound will result in a foul called on the Governors. As the Tigers had the position. Now Jensen inbounds. He'll get it to Gibbon, and the shot from close range on the left baseline is up and good. Governor foul went to Caden Aharts, his first personal, 40-23. Tigers advance on that lead again, matching the biggest it's been as we're under 3 minutes to go, third period. Here's Deal. Clean catch around the perimeter. Dill just back to Deal, and he swishes this one from three-point range. Jaron Deal with his second from distance here in the second half. He's got 10 points to lead the Governors now, 40-26. Corday Austin actually has 10 points as well with a basket so far here since halftime. Govs could use a defensive stop. Jensen gets it down low, off the left block. To Larson, they'll kick it out. Nor to Koiker, and Cole Koiker hits another three, his third of the night. Mentioned this kid at a 61% shooting clip on the season, halfway through the year. From outside the arc, Terwilliger gets around Larson and will put one up and in. 43-28, Cooper T with 8. Mentioned earlier some Cornhusker Nebraska Cornhusker. Boy, the noise from that student body. Lincoln Dill just commits the foul, and it's just a little forearm push. That's all it was, but Dill just exiting stage right. It must be Hick night tonight in Harrisburg, and these guys are all in old cowboy hats and flannel and denim. Here's a three ball that's airballed. You don't see that very often. I believe that was Gibbon who fired and missed. It's caught underneath by Aharts. Left to right. Go the Tigers. Sincere Wilson is checked in for Dilgis. Minute 35 to go, third quarter. Aharts from deep. He swishes one from long range. Caden Aharts with his first bucket of the night after he had a season high, probably a career high 14 in the win over Aberdeen Central on Tuesday night, 43-31. The lead was 17. It's now down to 12. Looking for the answer is Gibbon. This ball is no good. And Terwilliger gets to the rebound first. Gibbon will be called for a foul off of his miss. It'll be Pierre basketball with 1:11 to go. Austin was out and is back in. Tayson Steele was in for Dilgis. Dilgis now checking back in, and Cooper Terwilliger catches a break along with Jaron Deal. 12-point Tiger lead. Governors with the basketball at the 1:05 mark of the third period. Govs in green tonight. Probably will have the blacks tomorrow at O'Gorman High. Here's Wilson. Now to Tayson Steele. Tayson's been playing better, getting some minutes now off the bench. Has it back from Wilson. Top of the key, but David Doe picks his pocket. Doe, can he get up? Yes! Oh, he gets up and puts it down with one hand. David Doe, a spark and a highlight play right on the money for the Harrisburg Tigers. Highlight plays and right on the money plays, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Boy, that was a pretty leap and quite a throwdown. Meanwhile, a foul for the Tigers on the other end. It'll go to Connor Clark, his second personal. Team foul number 4 for Harrisburg in the quarter with 29 seconds to play. Govs would be in the bonus. Here's a Wilson pass to the backcourt, but it's saved by Corday Austin into the hands of Lincoln Dilgis. Now it's Aharts. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds, counting down to close out the third. 14-point Harrisburg lead. Aharts takes the handoff back. Looks for a screen up top. Tigers give him some double coverage or double teaming attention. And a three-pointer by Wilson is off the mark to close out the quarter. As Bennett Jensen rebounds. Third period in the books as Harrisburg outscores the Governors by 8 in the quarter. They lead by 14 on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's the Tigers 45, the Governors 31. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 60 seconds. Quarter number 4 is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
At Al's Oasis Plaza, my great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
But now leading 45-31 as we start our fourth quarter of play. Welcome back to Harrisburg. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. John Neff in studio. Caleb Brozick on camera here. And a shot attempt in the lane is knocked away by Pierre. It will go out of bounds. There was a question as to whom was the last to touch, but they'll say it stays with Harrisburg. Off the right side of the key, Bennett Jensen to inbound. He'll find Miles Knorr in the left corner, dribbles inside the arc, tries one from 15, but the shot no good. And Corday Austin up with the rebound. Corday into the lane, feeds underneath to Terwilliger. I don't think Cooper was expecting the pass as this one trickles through his hands and it'll end up out of bounds. That is the 9th turnover of the evening for the Pierre Governors. Harrisburg inbounds on the far side. Just underway, quarter number 4. Harrisburg gets it to the corner. Right side, Knorr. Now skip pass out to the left side, and the shot is up and good from distance again for Cole Koiker. The one guy you probably need to have a hand in his face at all times is Koiker if you're the Governors. Deals pass, tipped, but he gets it back. Now to Ahart's on the wing. Entry pass is a foul. Mr. Williger is fouled by Bennett Jensen, who will pick up his second personal. As we start our fourth quarter, there is really nobody in foul trouble in this game. We haven't had a lot of whistles tonight. It's been a physical game. Officials have been letting them play as Dilgis will check out. Tayson Steele in to take his place as Jaron Deal will inbound. Steele in there for the Govs, a 6-foot sophomore. Entry pass, Terwilliger kicks out. Austin tries three. He hasn't been able to hit him, and we've got a foul on Steele over the top of Jensen off of the miss. Corday Austin hit his first three of the night, but has missed now 4 in a row. He got hot in that second half Tuesday night against Aberdeen Central. Trying to get hot again here tonight, but Harrisburg's had too much offense so far here in the second half. They lead by their biggest margin. This is the third time they've had a 17-point edge. It's 48-31. Jensen outside. Larson fires a three. Long rebound. He follows it and actually comes right back to him. Now they get it back inside to Creighton Gibbon. Swinging around perimeter. To the left side, the floater here for Jensen is no good. Kept alive by Gibbon, but then he throws one off the feet of Caden Aharts, and this is ruled a kick. This was not an attempt to kick the basketball. He literally got it thrown right off of his feet. I'm not so sure I'm going to agree with that one, but tough call against the Govs, but it'll still be Harrisburg basketball. Again, these officials, they've been doing a fine job letting the players play, but Governors could have had a stop there. Now Koiker from about 28 feet up top. Are you kidding? Cole Koiker never met a shot he didn't like, and now he's showing it as he's got the Tigers up by 20. 3 threes in the second half. 51-31. The answer by Aharts won't go, but Terwilliger has a backside rebound knocked away by Knorr, and it'll stay with the Governors. I got to tell you, the student body's got a lot of energy tonight, vocal energy and otherwise. And I think they're really trying to get in the heads of the Governors, and in some cases that might be working. If I'm being completely honest. Top of the key. Here's Jaron Deal. He'll get it into Terwilliger. Heads it to the right side, and he'll get it up and in. Cooper Terwilliger's second basket of the second half. 10 points for the big man. 51-33, though. This is all Harrisburg here since halftime. 5:35 to play in our fourth quarter. Larson in between defenders. Here's Deal looking for a steal. Won't get it. Jensen in the backcourt. Brings it back now to Gibbon on the baseline. Shot short. And as Gibbon touches the rebound, he happens to be standing on the end line. That'll be the ruling. It'll be Pierre basketball. Governor's got a couple of takeaways, 3 of them in that first half, but that's it. Harrisburg has played a very clean game offensively, taking care of the basketball and valuing possessions, all of the things we talk about in many occasions from keys to success. They're doing a good job of that. Obviously, they're hitting their shots, too. Here's Dilgis, 17-footer, won't go. And, of course, the crowd will let him hear about that as he misses everything. Now Larson for 3. This is good. And the Governors are starting to get a little bit tired defensively, I think, especially in defending the three-point shot. The lead grows to 21, 54-33. Here's Deal. Gets rid of Jensen, now fights it, or gets it to Terwilliger, and Cooper, in the act of shooting, will be fouled by Stellan Larson. Larson will pick up a second personal. Clock stops at 4:42 to play. Still a 21-point ball game, but Governors just another night where they maybe have picked a fight with a better ball club here. Terwilliger's first of 2 is no good. Bennett Jensen checks out. Owen Siliuson, 6'2 senior, is in for Harrisburg. Second free throw good for Terwilliger. 11 points for the D1 football recruit. 54-34, Tigers in command. Siliuson picks his dribble up in the corner, but finds Gibbon with it. Down near side, Cole Koikert. He'll get rid of it. Siliuson again. Harrisburg may try to choose some time on this possession. Oh, Koikert, well, no room to shoot this time, but they work it inside, and a shot blocked by Dilgis. But a foul is called. That'll deny Siliuson. He'll have to go to the free throw line and try to earn him himself. Second personal for Lincoln Dilgis. Second team foul in the quarter for Pierre. We're at 4:15 to play. Again, the Governor girls playing O'Gorman tonight, having a rough go of it. Boys will play O'Gorman tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock tip. Will be on the air at 2:30 with our pregame. Siliuson misses the first, misses the second as well, as Darren Deal will rebound. See if Pierre can get something positive going here before the close of this one. Baseline jumper, and Dill just unable to hit. Rebound down to Stellan Larson, as Lincoln tried from the left baseline. Siliuson bobbles a pass. That's picked up by Dilgis. Governors will get a takeaway, only the fourth turnover by Harrisburg tonight. And now a bad pass that Terwilliger can't handle. Picked up by Doe. Extra pass here. Koiker to Siliuson. A lot of blocking in the area, but somebody picks up a foul, and two Governors will help Siliuson back up. The Governors tried to go on transition, but they could not take advantage once again. That's kind of been the theme of the night. Foul here is on Jaron Deal. Siliuson will try two more foul shots. He missed two earlier, but he gets his first one to go this time, and Larry Akers going to empty his bench and send everybody on a 5-for-5 swap. Sincere Wilson's been in a couple of times. Tayson Steele has been in there. Now Spencer Olivier, Jagger Gardner, Jaden Brandt will join them. And Coach Langrock will return the favor and do a 5-for-5 himself. Siliuson still at the free throw line, though. He's got a free throw to go. That's no good. He stays out there. An offensive rebound pulled down by one of the new players, Hudson Hillman. And he's got it back out on the left wing. And this one's over the backboard. No good, as Hillman, a 6'2 sophomore, will miss. Carson Rasmussen in for Harrisburg. Teek Torkelson. 33 is Charlie Bender, a 6'5 sophomore. There's Jagger Gardner for the Governors on the far end of the floor. 55-34 our score. Coach Aker emptying his bench earlier than you might expect, but some opportunities for some experience for the role players and the underclassmen as well. Sincere Wilson feeds underneath to Jaden Brandt, and the 5'10 senior will take a push from behind. Foul is called on Carson Rasmussen. Pierre to inbound off of the right side of the key. 3:05 to play. Here's Olivier inside, fed by Wilson. Spencer Olivier with a varsity basket. Spence, 6'1 junior. And a traveling violation for Hillman on the left side of the top of the key. He was looking to pass on the top, but it looks like Hudson King, the 5'10 junior, zigged when he should have zagged. And the Governors will have it back. 55-36. Brandt to run the point here. Gives one to Wilson. First pass. Nothing inside. Back to Olivier around the top. To Jaden Brandt. Jaden dribbles right. Sends Steele in motion. Pass to Wilson was interrupted by Hillman, but Sincere will run it down. Now Hillman hustling back and tipping another pass out of bounds on the end line. Here to inbound with 10 seconds on the shot clock. 2:28 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brandt off the right side of the key has to push it up top to Tayson Steele. Now to Jagger Gardner on the right wing. 5 to shoot. Steele puts it on the floor and has his pocket pick. The steal here for Hudson King. The breakaway And the left side layup is good. King of 5'10 junior, I guess for Harrisburg's sake, was right on the money. Right on the money highlight play for a junior varsity player. Sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Sincere Wilson kisses one off the glass for two for Pierre, 57-38. Rasmussen on the move, tried to finger roll, maybe a pass back. It's in the lane, kept alive by Torkelson. Now King, who hit the layup a moment ago, has it in the right corner. Swing it to the near side. They'll fire at three, and it's good for the Tigers. Teak Torkelson. They got a bunch of guys who can shoot the rock, and it's 60-38 with 90 seconds to play in this one. There's Olivier off the right block. Nice give and go. Jagger Gardner in and out, no good. Rebound taken away. Controlled by Carson Rasmussen. Tough break there for Gardner. Nice, well-run play, though. Here's Hillman to King for three. That's too much, and that'll go out of bounds on the far side. The miss by Hudson King. Tigers will win their 8th game in 11 so far on the season. Check their schedule coming up. They don't play tomorrow, but they've got Marshall, Minnesota in this gym on Monday. Marshall, always good teams, boys or girls, it seems. That'll be the Tigers against the Tigers. Here's Olivier looking to make a move on the left block, but the ball taken right away by Carson Rasmussen. He'll be denied a layup attempt by Jagger Gardner, but will go to the free throw line. Turnover number 12 for the Govs in this one. In our final minute, 41.7 seconds to play. And Carson Rasmussen in the scoring column with a free throw down. Got another one to go. First personal for Jagger Gardner. Second free throw off the back of the rim and then tipped out of there by Hillman, controlled by the shooter, Rasmussen. Three ball this time from Hillman in the left wing. Won't go. Sincere Wilson rebounds. See if the Govs get one more bucket in there, at least to crack the 40 mark. It's 61-38. Wilson fouled as he enters into the lane, and the foul this time goes to Torkelson. That'll be his first. Both teams with 4. Should any more fouls be committed, we'd be shooting free throws. Brandt will inbound. Gets it into Gardner in the right corner. Now out to Wilson. Pass is stolen by Hudson Hillman. Looking to go the distance. He'll reverse it up and in for 2. Hudson Hillman in the scoring column. 5 seconds left. Tayson Steele to Jagger Gardner. Wilson just going to hold it with 2 seconds left. And the final horn will sound as Harrisburg will run away with a 25-point victory. Final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's the Tigers 63 and the Pierre Governors 38. Tigers up their record to 8-3. The Governors will fall to 4-8 with the loss. Final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Postgame is next. We'll pause for 3 minutes. Our postgame from Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg brings us back, and we'll talk all about it. Have a conversation with Coach Aker about it as well. We've got big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics and your Cowboy Country Stores player of the game, all coming back in our postgame in 3 minutes. You're listening to Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX-FM, Pierre. Seatbelts save lives.
Welcome back. We're at Harrisburg, and this one has come to an end. A victory for the home team as the Tigers outscore the Governors 21-13 in the third period, 18-7 in the fourth. And what was a 6-point ball game at halftime turns out to a 25-point blowout for the Tigers, who defeat the Governors 63-38. It was 10-6 after one, 24-18 at halftime. Tigers led, and again, we only had one tie at 2-2. Governors had some opportunities in that first half, especially to improve their scoring efforts, but just the Bunnies wouldn't go. There was a physical game inside. It again, a lot of things that just didn't go the Governors' way, especially in the first half. And then Harrisburg is able to make the adjustments they need, not only to defend a little bit better, but, kind of solve the zone of the Governors that really was doing a good job against that Tiger offense in that first half. Not so much in that second half of play, though, as they were scoring from both inside and outside. We mentioned that 21-13 advantage in the third quarter. That made it 45-31. And 18-7 in the fourth for the final margin, 63-38. And even the bench players were contributing after the 3:40 mark the rest of the way when Coach Larry Aker emptied his bench. Scott Langrock did the same, and the points kept coming from the bench. In fact, Harrisburg got 11 players to score in this basketball game after they only had 5 scoring in the first half. Tigers go 10 of 26 in the first half. Add to that 15 of 27 after the break, making it 25 out of 53 on the floor in the game. And, we talked about it's nothing for this team to hit 10 or 12 three-pointers. Well, that was the case tonight. They popped 10 of them in 27 tries. And I don't care how many attempts you make, but if you hit 10 or 12 threes, that's definitely going to be a big boost to the scoring, and that was the case tonight. 3 of 8 from the free throw line is all they get, but again, 11 players scoring. Cole Koiker with 5 threes, finishes with 17 points. Stellan Larson with 12. David Doe with 10, 3 players in double digits. And then Creighton Gibbon with 7 points. Bennett Jensen has 5. They get 3 from Miles Knorr from outside the arc, 3 from Tika Torkelson in garbage time from outside the arc. Hudson Hillman with a bucket, Hudson King with a basket, and then free throws apiece for Carson Rasmussen and for Owen Siliuson. 63 on the board for the Tigers. As for the Governors, after a 7 of 21 first half, make it 8 of 21, just one shot better. In the second, they'll go 15 out of 42 overall and 4 of 16 from outside the arc. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Governors with just 6 players in the scoring column, 3 of which are in double figures, as Cooper Terwilliger will lead with 11 points. Jaron Deal, who had a couple of threes in the third period, finishes with 10. Corday Austin held in check with 10 points tonight as well. Caden Ahart's at a three-pointer. Sincere Wilson gets 2 points. Spencer Olivier off the bench with a couple of points and 1 bucket down as well for the Governors, who do fall 63-38. Tigers with a rebounding edge overall, 36-22. After the Governors had a rebounding advantage in the first half, Pierre with just 8 rebounds after halftime. Harrisburg with an 8-5 advantage overall in this game on the offensive end as well. Cooper Terwilliger with 5 rebounds to lead the Governors. Jaron Deal picked up 5 as well. In fact, I've got JD with 6 rebounds for Jaron in this game. Stellan Larson was leading the rebounding tally for the Tigers in the first half, and we will give him 3 more for a total of 7 in this game as well. Just 5 turnovers for the Tigers, 13 in overall for the Governors, and 8 of those come after halftime. So, again, part of the adjustments that the Tigers made, they were able to get the ball taken away a handful of times. Pierre with 8 assists. Jaron Deal had half of those. Harrisburg moves it well, and they will assist on 17 of their 25 made baskets tonight. All the stats point to the Tigers, 63-38, the final in this one. As let's pause another 3 minutes. We'll be back with more. See if we get the coach up here to chat. Otherwise, we can talk to him tomorrow as well. Otherwise, we still have your big plays of the game coming up from Hermanson Endodontics, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game, still to be announced as well as our Family Dental post-game continues. This is Governor Basketball.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Back in Harrisburg, we are joined in our Family Dental postgame by head coach Larry Aker of the Governors. And coach, a good first half defensively. It's a 24-18 ball game. I think the zone was working against a really good shooting ball club, but Harrisburg must have made some adjustments in that second half to kind of solve that zone a little bit, and they got their offense going. And when good teams like that get going the way they did, it's hard not to start pressing a little bit, maybe throwing shots up and just not in rhythm or something like that. I imagine you've got your own version of it, but it just seemed like the adjustments were made on that side, and that's why they came out here with a big victory tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I thought the first half we were okay with the way we played. There was a couple times that we gave easy transition runouts to them, and one, and just kind of sticks out in my mind that we missed an easier layup. They get the board one pass and it's up the floor, and it's 2 the other way, and that's a 4-point swing. And I mean, you're talking in a tight game like that in this first half. That's huge. And again, the first half, we played good defensively in the half court. They were using a lot of false action, and then in the second half they started, entering it to the post, cutting off of that, and we gave up some easy looks, and then had to collapse, and then they're just shooting, but they weren't just normal threes. A couple of them were deep threes, and again, we talked to the kids after, after the game, and when shooters like that make their first one and then they make their second one, then the rim just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, and next thing you know, they can't miss. But, I thought, and I also told the kids, when a team has to switch their defense at halftime, they know that, they're having trouble stopping you, and which they did. And that 1-2-2 gave us a little bit of trouble, and we turned it over a couple times, and they took advantage of it. And, we hadn't prepared for that because they hadn't showed that in any of the film we had watched. And so, it was just something they knew man to man, they were having a hard time, stopping us or controlling us. And so they switched it up a little bit, and, it worked.
I admit that I didn't even notice that. I'm so used to watching just teams playing man and things like that, and then you see, your 2-3 that is pretty prevalent. But that was one adjustment I hadn't noticed. But then again, that's why I don't coach basketball, I suppose. But the Tigers were the way they are, and I really thought, unfortunately, you mentioned a missed layup that turned into transition. There were a few what looked like golden opportunities that obviously, as you play the good teams, the better teams on your schedule, you don't want to help those teams out. You've got to take advantage of every opportunity that you can give to yourself. You're doing a good job in getting those looks, but it's tougher than it looks. But kissing that ball off the square is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
A fundamental importance, I guess.
Right, and we call them, kind of easier looks, and they're not any easier than anything else. Most of them are with contact, but those are the ones you got to have. You got to, score those in the paint, and it just puts so much pressure on the defense. again, I think we took a step in the right direction again tonight and play. We just haven't, against a good team, we just haven't put together 4 quarters of basketball. And, even at the end of 3, we're down 14 and, we're still, I thought we had a terrible third quarter and we're still in it and still have a chance. So the kids they keep battling, keep getting better. And that's what we want to do.
Offensively too, with the things that they did differently, but I guess with that zone, just a different look and certainly something you didn't expect. Have you seen any of that all season long, or I don't imagine they even employed that against other teams that you might have seen in film?
I hadn't seen it. They showed some, like 3/4 court pressure out of it, but nothing in the half court like that. And so, we did face I don't even remember who it was now that had a 1-2-2. So we do have an offense, in for it, but I think it just kind of just took us by, surprise or just shocked. And, we got in the right offense, but, again, we just didn't make the correct decisions.
All right. Well, you get an overnight and a chance to rebound or bounce back right away tomorrow. And you got the O'Gorman Knights, a team that, we mentioned earlier during our pregame conversation how streaky they can be. And, hopefully you get them on a bad day, but you've got to go out and make sure that they have a bad day tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to, come right away. And, that was one of the things I have in the scouting report is, we haven't played well the second day of back-to-backs. And that's got to be our focus. We got to be mentally sharp, can't have any mentally lapses. Because fatigue will cause that. And so, we did get, a little extra rest. I just looked over Langrock and said, hey, we're going to sub here. I didn't think with 3.5 minutes to go, we just weren't making shots and down 20. I just didn't think that, it was worth it to, exert that much energy, to try to, come back. So, and we got dealing with some illness too. So, Coop is, he battled the night, but you can tell he wasn't feeling very well.
Well, it's quite an effort given we talked on the air about who's here watching him. And of course it was my camera guy who tells me that Nebraska's head coach is here in Matt Rule. That really doesn't have anything else to do with this game, but you still, that's the kind of player, that's the kind of tough guy that he is. And I think you could tell by the way he played tonight, all throughout, especially early on, that he definitely wanted to make plays. He didn't make them all, but he was playing about as tough as he could tonight.
Yeah. My brother was giving me heck after the game. He's like, you didn't tell me I was going to be seeing Matt Rule at the game and sitting 2 rows behind him. I said, well, Matt Rule was here. I didn't know he was coming. I knew they were going to have some coaching staff here, but I didn't know that the head coach was coming. So that's pretty cool stuff. You don't see that every single day. So.
Dan Aker, second best head coach in the room. But all right, Coach. Well, we'll let you go, and we will hope for good things and a good night's sleep and a good day of ball tomorrow at O'Gorman.
All right, thanks again.
That's Larry Aker, the head coach of the Governors. Govs fall tonight in Harrisburg, 63-38. Tigers didn't do it without big plays of the game. Your big plays in our broadcast, in our post game, are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and your big plays are next.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics with big plays in this ball game in a 24-18 halftime game. Govs were making some pretty good defensive plays in particular, but that third quarter is when it started to get away. You could just sense it. And good shooting teams, once they start hitting threes, we saw it from the Governors on Tuesday night in their win over Aberdeen Central. Start hitting threes, the momentum swings mightily in favor of the team that takes the advantage. And tonight, that just happened to be Harrisburg on their home court, despite 3 threes that were made in the quarter by the Governors themselves. Caden Ahart's hit 1, Jaron Deal hit 2, I believe back-to-back possessions for the Governors, but Cole Koiker hit 1, and Creighton Gibbon hit one as well in the third, and then Koiker hit back-to-back threes in the fourth to really start to grow that lead when it was as little as 12 after it got to double digits for Harrisburg. Then they built that lead up to 17 and then 20, and Koiker was the one who was really hitting them, but they hit 10 overall. Koiker had 5 of those, and those were big plays because they really did swing the momentum, but you got to hand it to the Tigers for making the adjustments against the Governor zone, and as Coach Aker just alluded to, switching things up and into their own zone defensively that the Govs just could not make the adjustments on themselves. So the chess game of basketball, but along with the threes, big plays of the game brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Got candidates for a player of the game as well, but let's hear from Cowboy Country Stores, and your player of the game is next here on our Governor Post Game.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre giving us players of the game. Of course, Terwilliger playing a tough game for the Govs with 11 points. You get 10-point outputs from Corday Austin and Jaron Deal. Austin had 8 of his 10 in the first half. He was shut down pretty well after halftime, and a job well done by the Tigers, who get 11 players scoring tonight. And I thought Stellan Larson certainly deserves a big pat on the back defending against Cooper Terwilliger, who was playing in front of somewhat important football personnel in his potential future coming up. So Cooper played well, but Stellan Larson was right there defensively. Smaller guy by 3 inches and probably by, I'm guessing, 20, 25 pounds, but Stellan Larson played a good game tonight. David Doe was active with 10 points, but the guy that hit the threes that kind of sprung Harrisburg to the lead, and an insurmountable lead at that, was Cole Koiker, the 5'10 senior guard, who will pour in 17 points, including 5 3-pointers. They say he shoots 61% on the season from distance. Tonight he hit 50%, 5 out of 10. That's still pretty doggone good, and Koiker's 17 points are enough to give him player of the game honors. A t-shirt noting his accomplishments, helping his team to a victory tonight, as Cole Koiker is tonight's Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. I mentioned Harrisburg is up next on Monday here against Marshall, Minnesota, and the schedule that I have in the week ahead, I don't think they've got another one after that. They may have a bit of a layoff. Governors are back in action tomorrow afternoon here in the Metro. We'll be at Bishop O'Gorman High School for a 3 o'clock tip, 2:30 pregame. Hope you can join us for that, as the Governors get O'Gorman tomorrow, and then one game next week as the Governors will have the Yankton Bucks, I believe, is what's on the schedule. I have that, but for some reason I'm doubting that, and I just have to know if it's Yankton or if it's Huron or whatever the case may be. But Tuesday night, Govs will be back home, and it is the Yankton Bucks who will provide the opposition. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip, as the girls will be at Yankton. Girls don't play tomorrow. They've already played Harrisburg. They played O'Gorman tonight. O'Gorman ran away from them quite easily. The Governor girls will go to Yankton to battle the Gazelles on KGFX on Tuesday night as well. Other Governor sports with basketball, we've talked about that. Wrestling, Governor girls were in Aberdeen tonight, and they will be with the boys hosting Mitchell in a duel, which, by the way, will be heard here on River 92.7 Thursday night. Coming up, our next coverage of Governor Wrestling. Governor Boys will be at the Brookings Invite tomorrow. ESD Gymnastics is tomorrow in Aberdeen as well. And Oahe Capitals Hockey, the Lady Capitals, are at Mitchell tonight. They've got a pair of games at Sioux Center, Iowa tomorrow and Sunday, before they're back home hosting Aberdeen next week. The boys are off this weekend. They'll host Aberdeen next weekend on Saturday as well. So continued best of luck for the Oahe Capitals hockey. I wanted to make one more announcement before we sign off, and that's a congratulations to head volleyball coach of Harrisburg, the 4-time defending state champions, good friend of mine, Ronette Costain, who this past week was named as a nominee by the National Volleyball Coaches Association, the National High School Volleyball Coaches Association. She is a nominee for a National Coach of the Year award. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to make mention before we sign off on that. Congratulations to Coach Ronette Costain of Harrisburg Volleyball. For those who are on the road, or for whatever the reason, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all to stay slow, don't veer for deer, and buckle up every trip, every time. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. Our thanks to John Neff for running the show in studio. Caleb Brozick has the camera work for Live Ticket. He'll be with us tomorrow. You can rewatch this game on the GoGovs Live YouTube feed as well. And to you for joining us. Tonight's coverage of Governor Basketball is brought to you by your Pierre sports marketing sponsors, who are Bank West and Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Avera Orthopedics, Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door Company, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and our friends and partners from Live Ticket. Governor Sports also brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, Avera Health, May Adam Law Office, TMA, Dakota Mart, Hag Ag Services, Access Health, Edward Jones, and Wagner Auto, by Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, by Black Hills Federal Credit Union, the folks at Slumberland Furniture, Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Bauman Lumber, and Oahe Federal Credit Union. And our game brought to you within the game broadcast by Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, by Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners, Family Dental, Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard tonight: Harrisburg defeating the Governors 63-38. I'm Brian Oakland. You've been listening to this presentation of Pierre Governor Sports. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:30 with a pregame, the Governors at O'Gorman, here in your official voice of Pierre Governor Sports, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Good evening, everybody.